before you to deliver my welcome remarks. I'm always proud of this country because the moment I got introduced to AATF, when I hear of AATF, all over whatever activities are going on, Ethiopia is one of our key countries. So really, I mean, for us to be here in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, the headquarters of the AU, I mean, it's a great honor for me. And indeed, let me start by thanking the government of Ethiopia and the people of Ethiopia for really, I mean, hosting us here. We've been here since the weekend and everything has gone on so smoothly. And we are very grateful for that. AATF has gone a long way. And here we are, we just concluded our strategic plan. And now we are embarking on a new strategic plan for the next 5 years. I'm sure when I'm saying the next 5 years, all we are saying is enjoying our collaboration, our delivery, and our partnership with the people on the ground in Ethiopia, because we have a huge presence in this country. Our work will be guided by our new vision, which is a prosperous, resilient, food and nutrition secure Africa. Indeed, as witnessed this evening, we have dignitaries from the other countries that are here also to witness this occasion of launching the strategy. We have demonstrated a renewed commitment to this vision by focusing on accelerating product development and intensifying efforts towards commercialization to facilitate uptake by farmers. What we have done is to really, bring the agenda of the Ministry of Science and Innovation as well as the agenda of the Ministries of Agriculture, because they are the ones basically that support us. They are the ones actually that make us, do the work we are doing on the continent as AATF. Our firm conviction is that STI, science, technology, and innovation, holds the key to realizing the full potential of agriculture in Africa. To this end, we are committed to intensifying our efforts to forge partnerships with like-minded organizations, including governments, and we are very grateful to the governments here this evening. Political leaders, indeed, our leaders are here. The African Union, indeed, we've got permanent representatives here. The PRC, scientists, development agencies, farmers alike, in order for us and them together to harness the latest advancements in science, technology, and innovation for the promotion of sustainable agriculture transformation across the continent. Think of a situation, really, where, we have a continent where insect-resistant crops are easily available and accessible to all farmers. We have pests like what is called pod borer resistant. We have crops like pod borer resistant cowpea that AATF is actually championing, working with you in the member states, planted by farmers, in Nigeria, for instance. And this is one of the most destructive pests, unfortunately, causing up to 80%, reduction in cowpea grain yield, and requires a lot of insecticides to be used. But here is AATF coming to the farmers, with a technology that does not only provide protection against the pod borer damage, but also reduces the need for insecticide spraying. From 8 sprays that you would have to do if you don't have any other form of protection, to only 2 sprays in a given planting season. What does that mean? That means basically exposure to chemicals is reduced. The cost of pesticides actually also is reduced on the part of the farmers. So basically, what does that mean? That means profit to the farmers, more food to the people, and in the end, we have a continent that will be serving the interests of its people, as well as enhancing the quality of life of the African citizenry. And that is where AATF is a partner, and that's where AATF is engaging. Most of the countries are on the continent. We want to be part and parcel of that agenda of actually bringing food to the farmers, as well as improving the quality of life of the farmers. You bear with me that we are in so many other technologies that are meant for the farmers, even helping with some of the notorious weeds. AATF is there to work with the farmers. I know that time is not on our side. That's just one of the examples of the areas where we are, and where actually we are partnering with the institutions on the ground. Now, our work would not have been, would not have gone very far if it wasn't for the support that we have enjoyed, from the governments and investors that have continued to support AATF, and the commitment that has been shown towards the advancement of science, technology, and innovation in Africa. As an organization, AATF, we are enthusiastic about the possibility that awaits us. We eagerly are looking forward to a future, where we increase our partnerships that will enable us to continue with the efforts to create and deliver technological solutions to enhance smallholder productivity. This is crucial as we play our part to contribute to the fight against poverty, fight against food insecurity, fight against poor nutrition, and fight against marginalization. We are there to contribute, to the prosperity of Africa. As I said, we are not the only ones that are doing this, but what has been important is the fact that within AATF, we have also, recognized the importance of partnership. We are partnering with institutions within the continent as well as institutions outside, the continent, to revolutionize Africa's agricultural industry and make a significant contribution to the social and economic growth of the continent. Now, if you look at the comprehensive African agricultural development plan, CADA, we squarely fit in Pillar 4, contributing to research and technology, but also we are also contributing to the market access as part and parcel of the work that we are doing as AATF. Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, this work could not have been possible if it wasn't for the team that we have at AATF. I'm very grateful, and indeed, on behalf of the board of AATF, I would like to convey our gratitude to the management and staff of AATF. I'm sure that those are the ones that you meet on the ground anyway, isn't it? And they are here. So I'm very grateful to you, the staff. You make us proud as a board. And indeed, I'm also grateful to the excellencies here who basically are working with our staff on the ground. I cannot say enough of that. I would like to invite our executive director, Dr. Kanangire, to give us a glimpse of what we are here for. This evening, we are launching our strategy. And indeed, I want him to just tell us what is in this strategy. Dr. Kanangire, thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. Could we please give him another clap? That is the AATF board chair. And when? Okay. That is the AATF board chair. And thank you very, very much for those opening remarks. I am sorry, and I would like to apologize to the House this evening. I forgot to recognize Dr. Feto Esimo, and with all due respect, sir, I beg for forgiveness. Yeah, thank you very much. Please do come and give your welcoming remarks before Dr. Kanangire takes us through the presentation. Thank you. Could we please welcome Dr. Esimo? Thank you. Thank you. Let's struggle. No.
Good evening. His Excellency Dr. Grma Amante, Ministry of Agriculture. His Excellency Dr. Bellata Molla, Ministry of Innovation and Technology. Your Excellency Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, former President of Nigeria. Your Excellency Professor Agri Ambali, Chair, AATF Board of Trustees. Your Excellency Dr. Karangire, Executive Director of AATF, distinguished guests in this hall and those online, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a great pleasure to welcome you all to this historical event of African Agricultural Technology Foundation Strategy Launch Program. We are pleased and would like to thank the AATF Board of Trustees and the management for choosing Ethiopia for this special event. The Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research and AATF have started partnership in March 2014 on the Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology, which is called OFAB, which is a powerful project in raising public awareness, linking professionals across the country and the policymakers, even beyond biotechnology. Our collaboration then with AATF is so practical and impactful. AIR and AATF established another agreement on water-efficient maize for Africa, WEMA, now TELA, which has significant importance in the production of climate-resilient and pest-resistant maize in Africa. We have common goal with AATF in creating prosperity through technology. AIR is mandated to generate, adapt useful technologies, evaluate and demonstrate for large-scale users in Ethiopia. EIR aspires to see improved livelihood of all Ethiopians engaged in agriculture, agro-pastoral, and pastoralism through market competitive agricultural technologies. In this regard, EIR is well aware of technological impact of AATF in sub-Saharan Africa through developing and embracing useful agricultural technologies and improving the livelihood of farmers, pastoralists, and agro-pastoralists in the continent. AATF is also working on improving the biosafety regulation of biotechnology products and processes. There have been tremendous human resource and physical capacity building in collaboration with AATF. Needless to mention that there is no nation that has developed without technologies. EIR is highly committed to embrace agricultural technologies that would benefit our nation with no compromise on biosafety regulation of technologies. EIR affirms its highest commitment to working in stronger collaboration with AATF and other African countries. Therefore, I thank you all for coming to Ethiopia to celebrate this historical event of AATF 2023 to 2027 strategy launch program with the targets of diversification of agricultural technologies and expanding frontiers for the next generation product in Africa, accelerating the commercialization and the scaling of agricultural technologies, and promoting a functional environment for increased uptake of agricultural technologies. Welcome to Addis, the city of Africa, and enjoy your stay. I thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. May we please clap yet again, because this is EIR is our key partner in AATF, our entry point to Ethiopia as AATF. And together with EIR, we were able to organize this event. So thank you very, very much, EIR, Dr. Isimo, we really appreciate. And now, it is my pleasure to recognize the presence of His Excellency, Dr. Belete Mola, Cabinet Minister, Ministry of Innovation and Technology, who is also a scientist. So welcome, sir. Thank you very, very much. I now bow out of this program at this particular point, and I welcome and invite my colleague, Dr. Francis Nangayo, who is the head of policy and regulatory affairs at AATF, to take us through the program from here. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, former President, Republic of Nigeria and Ambassador of AATF, Your Excellency, Dr. Belete Mola, Cabinet Minister for Innovation and Technology, Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Your Excellency, Dr. Girma Amente, Cabinet Minister for Agriculture, Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Your Excellency, Professor Agri Ambali, Chair, AATF Board of Trustees, Dr. Canisius Kanangire, Executive Director of AATF, Dr. Abere Deresa, Chair, Board of EAR, Dr. Feto Esimo, Director General, EAR, Dr. Mandefro, CEO, Agricultural Transformation Institute, leaders of various organizations represented here tonight, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I rise in observance of two things. One being team spirit, which is a fundamental value at AATF, and also in fidelity with gender considerations. I am reminded that time is really of essence, so I'm just going to do the needful by inviting the next speaker, Dr. Canisius Kanangire. Dr. Canisius Kanangire is the Executive Director of AATF, having joined AATF in 2021. He is a distinguished academic, an astute leader in management of institutions, and under his leadership, AATF successfully launched PBR cowpea, which is the first ever GM food crop to receive commercial approval for cultivation outside South Africa. Dr. Kanangire is also involved in spearheading many other innovative initiatives and continues to steer the organization to greater heights and oversees the implementation of the new AATF strategy. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome me join me in welcoming Dr. Kanangire to give us a sneak peek into the AATF strategy. Dr. Kanangire, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Francis. I'm very grateful for that introduction. I think if I was given the duty of introducing myself, I would not have done so well. Thank you. Your Excellency, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, former President, Republic of Nigeria, and Ambassador for Agricultural Technology on African continent. Your Excellency, Dr. Belete Mola, Minister of Innovation and Technology. Your Excellency, Professor Agre Ambali, Chair of AATF Board of Trustees, board members, colleagues, leaders of different institutions represented here, Your Excellency, ambassadors present here, partners, colleagues, brothers and sisters from wherever you are online, I want to welcome you again on this session when we gather here to launch the AATF strategy for the year 2023 to 2027. This strategy has been called Scaling for Impact. And indeed, as my predecessors said, all these technology, the deployment of technology in agriculture is meant to create impact. And that impact is to change the lives of many on the continent, to improve the situation of Africans, especially the smallholder farmers, working very hard in all the countries of sub-Saharan African countries. First of all, I would say for 20 years that AATF is clocking soon, we can say that it is still quite young, but it has very rapidly transformed and transforming agriculture on the continent. How? AATF with partners have been able to release hundreds of productive enhancing crop varieties. They have been able to reach out to millions of farmers who have now accessed different types of seeds, which are indeed the product of technologies bringing traits which allow the farmers to get better productivity and have crops which resist to a number of key challenges that we have, including pests or drought. We have been able to work with a number of governments to improve their policies and produce biosafety documents which allow technology to come. We have also seen those seed-based technologies, those improved seed varieties planted in millions of hectares. We have seen how these technologies have driven transformation in different rural areas and indeed benefit many on the continent. We are therefore, as AATF and our partners, very much privileged to be part of that transformation, which is now happening in many African countries. And especially here, being in Ethiopia, I need to commend Ethiopia for the steps made in this direction. I visited the institutions, and I'm glad to see the leaders of those institutions here. And I was impressed by the commitment behind this determination to transform agriculture and sustain that transformation by institutions which are fit for that purpose. Fit for purpose. I will say also that it is the first time that I hear that the existence of a ministry and a minister like His Excellency Mola here in charge of innovation and technology. Again, it signals the importance that is put by the government of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia on innovations and agriculture in general, and of course in agriculture. AATF's journey and evolution has been one which started in 2003, and it started with the first steps of facilitating research and development and technologies to come to the continent. It means here identifying different challenges that we have, prioritizing them, and then going out to scout technologies which will address those challenges. And in those first years, it was mainly to do that work, to put in place an institutional setup, but also create those partnerships, which would help us identify the origin of the product and research our products that we want to bring to the continent, and do it in a way that doesn't add stress to the smallholder farmers. The second step now, which was, we call it an expansion phase, was to make sure that we expand our focus to strengthening the enabling environment for those technological products to be adopted by countries and reach the smallholder farmers. The last 5 years were mainly devoted to ensuring that we diversify the products that we bring to the farmers and address more of their challenges through technologies, and also work towards commercializing some of the products which were already mature for our use, and also which were accepted and adopted by a certain number of countries. It is in this framework that we started commercialization of some hybrids for maize and other crops, but also for the first GMO product in Nigeria, the BT cowpea. Our vision is continuing to get focused to those needs and bringing technology to serve many farmers. Scaling up impact, that is the strategy that we are launching today. And it has a very strong foundation in our belief that we should work towards prosperous, resilient, foods and nutrition secure Africa. That is our determination together with our partners. And our mission is to transform the livelihoods of farmers through innovative agricultural technologies that we bring to them, that we accompany them into the implementation so that they get the maximum outputs of those technologies. And we continue to believe that as we do it, we need to continue to uphold our core values of integrity, dedication, and accessibility to all our stakeholders. Let me now present to you some of the key features of the strategy that we will be launching in a few minutes. The first one is that this strategy has three major strategic objectives. The first one is to diversify agricultural technologies and expand frontiers for next-gen products in Africa. We know that, yes, we are talking of drought, which is very severe in many countries, and it has an impact on our crop and our productivity. We know that with that, there are also pests which have gained more strength and are more destructive than even before. And those pests change every time we have even new pests like the fall armyworm. We need, therefore, to work towards discovering and bringing new innovation to address those emerging challenges. And when we have put some product on the market, we need to also work on the next generation of the same product to have more robustness and more durability of the same robustness of our product when they are being used by the farmers. Here we have a number of key activities. So we continue to diversify technologies, not only with GMO, but also with conventional technologies. We need to improve productivity, but also resistance to climate-related challenges, etc., etc. The second strategic objective is that we are aimed at accelerating commercialization and scaling of agricultural technologies in Africa. What this means? It means that we need to have those products, make them accessible to the farmers in all areas where it is applicable. We need, therefore, to deploy them to ensure that the value chain, the delivery chain is very well established. And that calls for production of high quality foundation seeds. It means that we need to have seed companies which are able to produce enough seeds, certified seed for the farmers. We need to have a seed system which is working and enable our farmers not to walk or drive hundreds of kilometers to access the product. Delivery is a key thing, and we are working with our partners and our different institutions to make sure that the commercialization is easy, access to the farmers is easy, and that way we can scale up the agricultural technology on the continent. The third is that we need to promote creation of a functional enabling environment for increased uptake of agricultural technologies, but also efficient markets in Africa. This objective is packed, but you know very well the hurdles that we normally go through to get from the product to its deregulation in countries. The regulatory framework is still very hard to go through. And we need, once we have gone through, sometimes it is not functional. So we need to ensure that we have functional enabling environment with set of policies, regulatory systems, and institutions apt to deliver these technologies. And also ensure that we are catalyzing the creation of efficient market so that within countries, but we hope that soon also between countries, we can be able to commercialize these technological products. These three strategic objectives are implemented with, in our minds, the need to integrate 4 cross-cutting priorities. The first one is that climate change is here with us, and in many areas, we should not be talking only of climate change, but climate crisis. In many countries, we have people dying, we have livestock dying, crops dying because of drought. I'm talking mainly of droughts, but you have been following the media. Even the floods are more acute than ever before because of climate change. We lose lives of people. So we need absolutely to mainstream, to integrate climate change resistant technologies so that we are more adapted, and where possible, we have some mitigation measures. The second is that we need to bear in mind that our population is made of women and many young people who also could make agriculture more productive and food security more a reality on the African continent. We need to work towards making sure that they access agricultural and agribusiness factors so that they can be fully productive. Women and youth are key in our strategy that we will launch. The third cross-cutting pillar of this strategy is nutrition. You know very well that in many countries, people have been working to feed people, to feed their children, their families. And we have been filling the stomach, but with what? We still have the hidden hunger with lack of micronutrients, lack of nutritious factors, in which would be even very interesting and very useful for the health of Africans. So we need to integrate nutrition also in our 3 strategic priorities as we go on. And the last one is building knowledge and fostering evidence-based decision-making in everything we do in the agricultural sector. Make it science-led, make it innovation-led, make it knowledge-led. Collect data for what we do and use the data to convince decision makers on the right decision to take, convince our policymakers on the changes which are required for better productivity, convince those who are not convinced that technology is a success factor for agricultural sector. We still have many who think that technology in general, but biotech in particular, should not come to this continent. But we need it because it will be one of the key factors for success in our quest to feed Africa with the nutritious food. So key strategic enablers which will ensure that we manage to reach where we want to be in the next 5 years is, first of all, best-in-class project delivery capabilities. We need to continue to refine, to improve our project management, program management, delivery mechanisms, and work towards achieving the result and the impact that we want to have in the agricultural sector. The second is top-tier talent. In Africa, we have very skilled people with great experience. We need to bring them to the sector, to maintain them, to continue building and refining their capacity. AATF is doing it, and we call our partners to do the same so that our African scientists, innovators, are very much given the space to do the work they are meant to do. Effective communication and advocacy. There are so many of very useful spheres, quarters of our stakeholders who may not be aware of what technology can do. We need to work with them, communicate effectively and efficiently what biotech and technology in general can do to transform agriculture, and then also do advocacy to policymakers, to the private sector, and to other key stakeholders, so that together we can work towards a prosperous Africa through productive agriculture. The fourth one is a robust monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning. We need to evaluate our step. We need really to know if we are making good progress or not. We need to learn from the missteps, but also the success we are making, so that we can review our pace, our approaches, our way of doing business. And that is key. Sometimes we don't give much importance to this, but it is very important. And in this strategy, we will very much put emphasis on that. Fifth, we need money to do all this. And therefore, we need strong resource mobilization pipelines. And here, when we talk of money, it is not only from the traditional funders, from grants coming from the north or the west. There is certainly money in our countries also. How do we use it for the betterment of our own population, for the betterment of our socio-economic development, for the betterment of our sustainability, because we need it? I think resource mobilization will also be proactive in looking into all those avenues from which we can produce the means to implement our collaboration together with our multiple layers of partnership. Talking of partnership, AATF has been successful so far because we have been working with the governmental institutions like the one we have here, but also with many representatives of private sector, many grassroots players, including agro dealers, including association of farmers. We have been working with NGOs, CBOs, but also with many public sector representatives. So we have a range of partners who have brought input, their contribution to the success of AATF. As we launch a new strategy, we can't, we can only be successful if we continue and strengthen that partnership and bring even more partners who can play more and better roles in this. Africa has taken off. Africa should reach the result that we have set for our people, and arriving to those results will demand absolutely that we feed our people and even contribute to our to feeding others through exportation. And we can do that because we have a lot of arable land which is still available. So we look forward to an exciting collaboration during the next 5 years so that we can indeed scale up our technology, the access to that, and be able to scale the impact which we think that it is an attainable objective. We are glad to thank you for joining us during this ceremony of launching the scaling for impact strategy that is championed, steered by AATF with the partnership of all these institutions, some of them being represented here and some others represented online. So, Your Excellencies, I want to thank you very much for gracing this ceremony. It is for us a commitment of your support during the implementation. God bless you. God bless Africa.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Kanangire. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause. Thank you very much, Dr. Kanangire, for your delivery, made with the clarity of thought and eloquence of speech. I don't want even to attempt to paraphrase or even stress anything. That was very clear. I'm told we are doing well with time, but I'm mindful that we need to finish this as fast as possible. So I'm going to allow just a few people to make some reflections on the strategy, the AATF 5-year strategy that has just been presented. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize the following visitors who are also with us here. Dr. Melo Lodge from Sasakawa, Africa. You are welcome. We thank you very much for coming. Madame Veronique Izen from Africa Union Commission. Thank you very much. We recognize your presence. Dr. Not doctor, Professor Fireu, my good friend and colleague during our university days, who is also professor at Haramaya University and chair of Variety Release Committee. Professor, thank you for coming. Dr. Hailu Dadi, Deputy Director General, Ethiopian Bio and Emerging Technology Institute. You're very, very welcome. Dr. Irgalem Gabriel from USA, thank you very much for joining us on this auspicious occasion. And last but not least, I also want to recognize representatives of what we call in Kenya, the fifth estate, the media. Thank you, we see you, and we respect your presence. Thank you very much. Now, allow me then now just to invite a few people to give us just some reflections, keeping their interventions short and precise. I will start with Ambassador, His Excellency Ambassador Mohamedou Khan, Ambassador of the Gambia to Switzerland and a member of AATF board. Your Excellency, if you are around, you could step forward. Join me in welcoming His Excellency Ambassador Mohamedou Khan to give us some reflections. Your Excellency, sir, I don't want to regulate you, but if you keep it within 2 minutes, that would be perfect. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. His Excellency, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, and Ambassador of AATF. The Honorable Minister of Innovation and Technology, His Excellency Dr. Bele Mula. Honorable Minister of Agriculture, His Excellency Dr. Girma Amente. Our host, Dr. Fito Isemo, the Director General of EIAR, we thank you for your hospitality and for your kindness to host us here. Our board chairman, Professor Ambali, with his brilliant leadership of AATF. The executive director of AATF, Dr. Canisius Kanagari, and his team, thank you so much for leading Africa's Center of Excellence, the AATF. It is indeed an honor to be amongst your midst and to share some very brief remarks. The prosperity and security of our collective future, impactful interventions to uplift the quality of lives of our peoples, ensuring food security and a healthy nation, truly depends on the strengthening, swift and pragmatic transformation towards a smart, responsive, resilient, productive agriculture ecosystem and value chains that will result in meaningful scalability, sustainability, quality of yields, and ease market access to help our nations change the imbalance of trade in agriculture, especially the dynamics of imports and exports on agricultural commodities. Excellencies, as you have seen from the brilliant presentation of our executive director of the strategic direction of AATF and the opening remarks of our chairman, this can only be achieved through meaningful innovations and support and adoption of science, of innovation again, of research and technologies. We must not shy away from smart mechanizations, emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, digitalization, to smarten agriculture, and the centrality of data and evidence-based policy for a responsive policy space, adaptable and contextualized to the diverse needs of our ecosystems and our value chain. Thus, the importance of the centrality of AATF as a key African Center of Excellence that believes and is committed to the use of appropriate technology that can improve agricultural productivity in Africa. Our objective, our aims is your objective, is what the leadership of this beautiful country continues to do and lead, which is to ensure that we support our farmers across our countries, across our regions, across Africa, especially and particularly smallholder farmers, to have access to the best agricultural technology, but not only have access, but be able to appropriately use it in a sustainable way to realize value, to realize enhanced productivity, to realize enhanced quality of their yields, to ensure that they double or triple or multiply hugely their yields to satisfy local needs and be able to have them in quality mix that can be tradable and have access to the global market to yield value. I must say that we thank the hospitality of Ethiopia. I must thank the Honorable Minister of Innovation and Technology. Sir, through your leadership, through your collaboration and partnership, we can collectively position AATF as a pride of Africa. I have no doubt with your leadership and the collaboration of the Minister of Agriculture and the African Union, AATF can be positioned to lead in not adapting, but also creating technologies that can be patented, that can be sustainable, that can be appropriate to respond to the needs of our ecosystem. The innovations of the young scientists we have at AATF are producing with our partners leading cutting-edge technologies that when we have member states, all of our member states, embracing them, these will be homegrown creations that will change the strengthening and transforming of agriculture. That will also give us a voice around the table in multilateralism, where we struggle, as you widely know, honorable ministers, in negotiations of agriculture across the World Trade Organizations. Food security and insecurity and climate change, not climate change, but climate crisis is a reality. The only way we can address these, excellencies and honorable ministers, is no shortcuts, but science, but innovation, but emerging technologies, channeling the brilliance of our youths across the continent to embrace science and innovation, to be on the productive continuum and not only on the consuming side of agriculture. For us to scale on the productivity continuum, AATF is the right partner. It needs to scale. It needs our governments to invest, not only financially, but in the policy space and in the commitments. I thank you. I know I have 2 minutes, but I'm getting excited and getting warmed up, and I'm sure the moderator is here to take me out. But I bring greetings to all of you from the Gambia and from Switzerland, Geneva, where we hope that the ministers here will help the African ambassadors to be more effective and efficient, representing the continent around the table to negotiate outcomes that will enhance the productivity and scalability and sustainability of agriculture across Africa. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ambassador Khan. Thank you very much indeed for your challenging reflections on science and technology, touching on artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science. I'm very sure the Minister for Innovation and Technology, who is here, must have really liked your delivery. Thank you very much indeed. I would like to invite another speaker to give us insights and reflections relating to the AATF 5-year strategy. And ladies and gentlemen, join me to invite Dr. Boniface Kabeira, who is a representative of the Kenya government to the AATF board and a chief technical advisor to the Ministry of Agriculture in the Republic of Kenya. Dr. Boniface Kabeira, join me on the podium. Some 2 minutes. Thank you.
The AATF ambassador, former president of Nigeria, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, the cabinet minister, Ministry of Innovation, Technology, His Excellency Dr. Mola, the cabinet minister, Ministry of Agriculture, Ethiopia, Dr. Gema, the chair of AATF Board of Trustees, Professor Agri Ambali, the CEO, Agricultural Transformation Institute, the Director General, EAR, Dr. Feto Esimo, the Executive Director, AATF, Dr. Kanasis Kanangere, all officers, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be part of AATF 2023-2027 strategy launch. The Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development is committed to fostering partnerships that will enhance its achievement of sustainable food systems that will deliver 100% food and nutrition security in Kenya. It's in view of this that I have been appointed by the Minister for Agriculture to represent me in the Board of Trustees for this partnership. Agriculture is key pillar of the economy and the focus of the current government. The growing population and urbanization in our country, and the fact that the economy is growing also, and the land still remains the same in size, there is need to increase productivity to feed our nation. It therefore means uptake of agricultural technologies, mechanization, digitalization is a sure bet to help us increase productivity and achieve 100% food and nutrition security. The focus of AATF aligns with our government agenda. Deploying technologies that will increase smallholder productivity and their incomes is the way to go. Therefore, AATF strategic corporate partnership that we have gotten into support AATF in this goal. We appreciate great work that AATF has been doing in Kenya. The Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development welcomes the building of its headquarters in Kenya, and also welcomes the hosting or giving us the opportunity to host the Agriculture AATF conference this November in Kenya. And we look forward to fostering and working together to make sure that technologies that are relevant to our people and to making us achieve the goal that we have set in are part of that effort. In conclusion, my special appreciation to the management of AATF, the chair of the board of trustees, for bringing the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development on board in this journey. A journey we look forward to work together. Last but not least, in my reflection in these 3 days I've been here in the board of trustees, it's clear to me that what AATF has been doing really needs scaling up. It's going to have a big impact in food productivity in our continent. We have the potential, if only the governments in the region support the scaling up of impact of these technologies. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you very much. I think he needs another round of applause. Thank you very much. And I'm very why, because he's the representative of the Kenya government, and the Kenya government has been hosting AATF for 1 year, for now 20 years. They have even indicated that they are going to give AATF space so that they can be the thank you very much indeed. Yes, permit me now to invite the next person to give us some reflections, and this time around I want to invite Professor Pireo, the chair of the Marine Police Committee here in Ethiopia, and Professor Karamega University, and I'm like also I know him, he has some other credentials. Professor Pireo, he studied from becoming a professor. He studied at the Imperial College of Science, Technology, and come and share with us your perspectives on science and technology as it applies to agriculture. You're very welcome. Thank you. 2 minutes.
Your Excellencies, zero fees and expense. This is the real opportunity for short time. I don't need to go forward. I'm very much pleased to have AATF launch this farming project here in Ethiopia, and I would like to say all the potentials of the basic. I know AATF is very much important. 3 programs with AATF that seem to get a project and over projects. I know them very well, and I will be giving my reflection on technical. But I think some of the previous speakers carry information from graduate for 2 decades of achievement, changing scientific information. Congratulations for it. Of course, arrest action from Ethiopia, particularly one of the best agricultural here is about technology innovation. Building technologies are going to assure you they will be strong partner in making all those objectives are cited by for achieving physically. I would like to say also thank you, AATF, for opening this office in Abuja. But as an Ethiopian, I need to see AATF in partnership, celebrating all offices in Ethiopia physically. And let me tell you, I think probably one issue which you have been doing. AATF has done a lot of activities in Africa, especially for transforming agriculture. 20 years of achievement. However, AATF has not done the impact for example. It's huge. Before scaling up the impact, I need to see AATF undertakes an impact study for 20 years of achievement in Africa. I can assure you one. The only project that has transformed the biotech landscape in Africa is offered. Thank you very much. I think you have taken Africa the next level, especially biotechnology. I wish to see AATF undertake impact studies before scaling up the impact. But of course, I would like to see also AATF should not stand by this. It should align with African Union Agenda 2063. It prospers in the case of Africa. AATF cannot stand alone in Africa. I would like to see also on the strategic plan to see whether the African Union Agenda are also harmonized. And of course, AATF are the unique organizations in Africa, an African organization initiated by Africa, led by Africa, in African soil, changing agricultural technology, innovation landscape. This is the unique sector. We need other organizations like AATF to Africanize science and technology innovation. And of course, Africa is currently is not feeding itself, but potentially Africa can be the world as a development, basically. So I hope AATF will take agricultural technology innovation in Africa to make Africa to be a food security country and export agricultural products. From this perspective, I, as a technocrat in partner organization like AI, the biotechnology technology, are with you as a chair of the National Biotechnology Committee. We are partners in achieving the strategy of course. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, bro. Those were just bullets. I will not repeat. Thank you very much indeed, Professor Preo. And in the interest of time, let me call the last, but not the least, the last person to give us some reflections, and that will be Dr. Teresa. Dr. Teresa, Chair of the Board of EAI. Dr. Teresa, welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, Excellency, colleagues in training, especially from our African. Welcome to your city, welcome to Ethiopia. Happy to see you here. We are proud of you to launch this strategy here in Ansar. Working together, coming together, and sharing experiences, knowledge, technologies is very important for our country. We have done a lot of research in this country. Most of these researches that are not reached to majority of the public. If you scale up this technology to most of our farmers, we can really feed our country. Stop importing grain from Africa. This strategy has very clear directions, clear vision and missions, and also strategic objectives. We are launching this strategy together. I hope all implementing this together. We have a lot of resources in this country, both human resources and natural resources, maybe limited financial resources. But if you use our own resources, especially the human and the natural resources, we can really bring change and be self-sufficient in all aspects. I will give you one example. Ethiopia was importing wheat for the last so many years. But for the last 3 years, we did aggressively, and we've stopped importing wheat from abroad. We are now self-sufficient by our own. These are available technologies. The same people in this country, the same resources we have in this country. So we, with our own resource, we can really depend on ourselves. So I hope this strategy will help us to feed ourselves, to scale up our technologies, to boost agricultural production productivities so that we can depend on our own. So thank you very much. I hope we implement this together. We'll see the result. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Derese, for your encouragement. I just want to remind you that we are doing well. There are also many guests that have joined online, and we really appreciate you. And one of them sent us congratulations, and this is none other than Dr. Dennis Tumwesije Chetere, who led AATF former executive director of AATF, led AATF just before Dr. Kanangire took over. Dr. Chetere, we appreciate your encouragement and thank you very much for joining us on this auspicious occasion. We are getting into that very special moment, and I recognize the presence of His Excellency, the Cabinet Minister, and this is now the time to invite him to give his address. So without much ado and with great humility, it's now my honor and indeed privilege to invite His Excellency the Cabinet Minister, Ministry of Innovation and Technology, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, to give his remarks. And as he comes, please join us. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Good evening, you all. Excellency, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, former President of Nigeria. Excellency, Dr. Girma Amante, Ministry of Innovation, Ministry of Agriculture, Ethiopia. Excellency, Professor Aggrey Ambali, Chair, AATF Board of Trustees. Honorable Dr. Canisius Kanangire, Executive Director, AATF, distinguished guests in this hall and those joining us online. Distinguished guests, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt thanks to the organizers for inviting me in this special event where the African Agricultural Technology Foundation, AATF, strategy launching happens. I'm honored to congratulate the African Agricultural Technology Foundation for launching its 5 years 2023-27 strategy here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I would also like to thank the AATF management and board of trustees for choosing Ethiopia for hosting this special event. I was following the strategy brief presentation by in which we Ethiopians and our government also believe that, and we have been working extensively to bring transformation through technology. Innovation and technology, the Ministry of Innovation and Technology very much appreciates the collaboration between the Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research and AATF My ministry also is dedicated in science, innovation, and technology, and it commits budget for innovation incubation and applied research works at national level every year. Also, my ministry, the Ministry of Innovation and Technology, launched a national livestock transformation project a few years back in collaboration with regional governments and universities near the project areas, such as Mekelle University in Tigray region, Jijiga University in Somali region, University of Gondar in Amhara region, and Muttu University in Oromia region. We are also working hand in hand with the Ministry of Agriculture, and there are research projects in agricultural biotechnology funded by Bio and Emerging Institute, which is a reporting institute under our ministry. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is an era in which we not only talk about embracing technologies, but more importantly, also about choosing the best technologies that have capacity to transform our nation into betterment in wise of environment, economy, social. We are aware of some notions against technologies in Africa as elsewhere, which I believe should not deter us from taking further initiatives. Yes, Africa should invest hugely on science, technology, and innovation so that poverty shall not continue to be our main problem. And we can only realize this through tech job and wealth creation across all sectors where agricultural transformation is the key. Today, I'm pleased to see that we have an African organization, AATF, that is working to respond to agricultural challenges and to ultimately bring prosperity through technological transformation. I'm confident that the 5 years strategy, which is being launched, is doable and can bring practical impacts across our African countries. And I really congratulate you for that. Finally, I would like to thank the organizers for the great job you did. And I should say, welcome to Addis Ababa, your hometown, and would like to call every partner attending this strategy launch event to continue to work together. I wish you all wonderful deliberations and enjoy your stay in Addis Ababa. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Another round of applause. If you can rise as you clap. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Honorable Minister. Let me save time by inviting the next speaker, and this will be none other than Dr. Mandefro, the Chief Executive Officer of Ethiopia's Agricultural Transformation Institute. Dr. Mandefro, sir, you're very, very welcome. A round of applause as he comes to the podium. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, Excellencies online and Excellencies in the room, board chair and board members, colleagues and friends. It's unfortunate to be the last speaker because everything else is said. I just want to give you a few factors and figures about Ethiopian agriculture. We have a number of challenges facing agriculture in the entire world, and it's worse in Africa. In order to offset these challenges, Ethiopia is a signatory with the African Aspiration or Agenda 2063. Ethiopia is also a signatory on the Agenda 2030 of the United Nations. And Ethiopia has a 10-year development plan emanated from homegrown economy. And in this homegrown economy and the 10-year development plan, specifically with the agriculture sector, we have ambitious goals and targets set. And these ambitious goals and targets require collaboration, require partnership, working together across the continent, across the globe. Above all, it requires the real support of science, technology, and innovation. In the olden days, AATF, through FAP and TELA, used to struggle to promote the results of science, technology, and innovation. And that's no more a challenge now. The farmers are next door. They're knocking at your doors. The key message that I have is, in the future, getting products to the farming community is not a supply push. It's a demand from the farming community that attracts science results. So I don't think you will face the challenges that you went through for the last many years. If you have products that can easily be promoted through the farming community, and Ethiopia has a very good structure in terms of promoting technologies and innovations from the federal or from the national level all the way to the village level through the well-established extension system. So what do we expect from AATF going forward? We need to be supported by science, because the future would be based on science. So the fight and the competition in the globe for trading agricultural commodity cannot be done traditionally as in the olden days. So it has to be knowledge-based. It has to be research-driven. It's only then we can be competitive in the global market. So AATF is expected to build the capacity of our local institutions like EIR, Regional Research Institutes, and the Biotech Institute. I highly appreciate the staff that you have representing you in the country. They are very hardworking, very disciplined, and they have a very good interaction with these organizations, and the network can help you promote the results that you are going to generate or the results that have been already generated. So what we could do together, we are successful in changing the mindsets of the policymakers, the mindsets of even the researchers and the farming community in terms of getting biotech-based research results. Now it's a time not to change the minds of the actors along the value chain, but promoting the products to the end users. It's only then you can contribute to the economy of Ethiopia and the economy of Africa. Science has no boundary. What applies to Africa applies anywhere in the world. So we can adopt, we can take results of science and technologies and innovations from anywhere in the world. And we can use it as far as it fits to our context. With this in mind with the ambitious development plan that Ethiopia has for the sector, it has also changed its agricultural and rural development policies that can enhance biotechnology results and that can enhance capacity of local institutions that can also contribute to African institutions and to the global institutions. So with that in mind, the institute that I'm heading is ready to pick up the results of AATF or any other institute that has research result to promote to a scale. And as it is mentioned in the strategic document, it's about scaling for impact. And we're here to scale to a wider community, to the farming community, to 6.2 million farm households. So whenever you are ready, we're ready to pick it and disseminate it to the farming community. I will leave you at that, and I'm very pleased to be in here in this special moment. Thank you for the invitation. I also wish our colleagues from other African countries and other continents to have a nice stay in Addis. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Mandefro. And thank you very much indeed, all other speakers. Those were very moving speeches, very inspiring, and very encouraging. Indeed, AATF is encouraged to dare to follow this path of scaling technologies and delivering impact to African farmers. Thank you very much indeed. We are moving on now, moving to the last segment. But before that, I'm told Ethiopia has not just good food, it has original coffee, but it has also original music, African music. Let me now invite our colleagues to give us the other side as we internalize all those points that were given just before. You're very welcome. The floor is yours.
Nabawada tiro. Maliga kubada changa. Nabawada tiro. Maliga kubada changa. Warmiya yona. Warmiya yona. Oh no. What's Isuwat wala halaya. I see what wala halaya. I see what the Isuwat wala halaya. I see what wala halaya. I see what the I see what the Hello, yo, hello, ha. Hello, yo, hello, ha. Could be laha, yo, ha. Could be laha, yo, ha. I took a wahala, yo, ha. I balule padi saha, yo, ha. Hello, yo, hello, ha. Hello, yo, hello, ha. Hello, yo, hello, ha. Hello, yo, hello, ha. Super. Jadi. Oh. Harariga, haraha kabahya, halabu, hanab kilaylian. Tulang lambda, talang dia, nada infante sodiri. Welcome to the Shakidar Kilo. Alaya tukosa. Harariga, haraha kabahya, halabu, hanab kilaylian. 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 Suba, jadi. What? Alhabu hanatkilayya. Alhabu hanatkilayya. Alhabu hanatkilayya. Alhabu hanatkilayya. Shadi. What? Shadi. What?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I know that I stand very popular to have just maybe stopped this, but I've not stopped it completely. We are still moving on. And let me now hand over the mic to my colleague. I indicated that we are driven by the spirit of teamwork. Let me hand over now to my colleague, Dr. Daniel Willie, to moderate the remaining session of the program. Thank you very much, and you're welcome. Can you clap for Dr. Willie as he comes forward?
Let us clap even bigger for Dr. Francis Nangaya for a good job. Standing on all existing protocols, I know, Your Excellency, you'd like to leave, but we'd like to hold your bid for just 2 minutes. This is the climax of the reason why we are here today. And in the next few minutes, I want to take you through a very exciting session. And this is a session where we are going to unveil the new AATF strategy, Scaling for Impact 2023-2027. And this session is going to start with a very exciting speech from someone who I'm not worth enough to introduce. But since I have the mic as the MC, I must do what I must do. I'm talking about a great scientist, a zoologist to be specific. I'm talking about an African politician, and not just an ordinary politician, but a former head of state, former president. He's a champion of uplifting the African farmer. He has immense interests in the agricultural transformation agenda of Africa. He's a great elder of the African soil. I'm talking about none other than His Excellency, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan, GCFR, GCON, the former president of the Republic, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and a goodwill ambassador of AATF. Let us hear the great comments from this great statesman. Over to you. Technology has a way of behaving when you're talking about it. We are talking about technology, and technology will work shortly. His Excellency was supposed to be here, but because of many commitments, he was not able to come to physical discussion.
The launch of this year's Center for the 2027 strategy. And now to say that I am busy. The 18 years dream and goal as a food secure economic. The African woman the African Women Commissioner for Agriculture, Rural Development, the Economy and Sustainable Environment. The Honorable Cabinet Minister, Minister of Agriculture, the Republic of Ethiopia, the Chairperson of the AATF Board of Trustees, the AATF Executive Director and Management Staff, the visitors, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very delighted to address you on this occasion of the launch of the AATF Center for the 2027 strategy. I want to say that I am busy. The AATF's dream and goal is to food secure economic vibrant Africa. We all know that agricultural productivity is critical for meeting the food needs of the growing global population. African population is estimated to grow to 1.8 billion by the year 2035. That is just over a decade from now. There are even more compelling reasons to invest more resources in African agriculture over the next decade. For recent records, by the African Continental Free Trade Area, and the World Economic Forum simplifies agriculture and agro-processing as one of the 4 key sectors with exceptional potential for improving intra-African trade, meeting local demands, avoiding duties, and improving inclusivity. I am pleased to note that the new AATF strategy is positioned as a tool for scaling impact, and it is geared towards encouraging the adoption of emerging technologies to enhance productivity, advance food security, and foster sustainable development. In Nigeria, we have demonstrated that agriculture should be treated as a business and supported by relevant policies, improvement of the livelihood of a growing farming population. This trend towards agriculture as a business, which was initiated during my time as the president of Nigeria, is gaining traction in many other countries in sub-Saharan Africa and should be supported by more voices. At this juncture, I wish to note that in December 2022, accepted an invitation to serve as the AATF Agricultural Technology Ambassador. I am pleased to serve as an advocate for the advancement of Africa's agricultural goals and economic growth through promoting the use of innovative technologies and increased investment in agriculture. We look forward to spreading the message on the benefits of technology for Africa's farmers, particularly the small brothers. The long-term vision and objectives behind the AATF strategic plan 2027 will no doubt be on our continental and global commitments to end hunger and poverty on this continent. We also congratulate the AATF Board of Trustees, management and staff, all investors and partners for this great milestone in launching the strategy today. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Let us appreciate His Excellency. But he was committed elsewhere. But I'm sure his mind, soul, and spirit is with us here now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we get to the climax of this event, I know we are all here and we wish AATF well as the organization launches the new strategy. I would like to call a few people here on stage so that we can do the ceremonial launching of the strategy. Let me start by the chair of the AATF board, a very noble scientist and gentleman, Professor Mbali. Let us appreciate him as he comes. I'm also honored to invite another honorable lady. She's also a member of the AATF board, not just an honorary member, but the vice chair, none other than Dr. Dalia Gare. Please join us here on stage. And then next on my list here is the team leader who has been steering the ship at AATF, none other than Dr. Canisius Kanajire. Please come here. And then I want to also invite Your Excellency, Honorable Dr. Belete Mora, the Cabinet Secretary or Minister of Innovation and Technology, Republic of Ethiopia. Let us appreciate him. Please also join us, Your Excellency Madefro Nigusi, who is, please appreciate him in a big way. Let me also invite the representative of the Kenyan ambassador to Ethiopia, Madam Marceline. Let us appreciate her. Let us also invite the Gambian ambassador to Geneva, Professor Mohamed Ka. Please join us. Let me also invite the DG, EIAR, His Excellency Dr. Feto Esimo. Please join us on stage. The stage is big enough for all of us. And last but not the least, I want to invite the EIAR board chair, Dr. Abera Deresa. Please join us, sir. All right. As we stand here, I would like some of you to just step this side because we have to project through there. We want to screen a very short video that is showing the journey we have come and finally the event of launching. So, Your Excellency, please, just for. We are getting there now. And now the countdown begins, and there we are. That is the AATF strategy 2023-2027, scaling for impact. Let us appreciate in a big way. And now I would like the Executive Director and Madam Vice Chair to hold this document, and then the board chair will cut the ribbon as a show of a new beginning, a new era for AATF. We are coming to Africa in a very strong way to scale technologies for impact. Let us clap, ladies and gentlemen, for that. Wow, wow. And then the board chair will give copies of this new strategy to the members in the podium, and I will pose for a photo with the new document. I'll also join them in the photo session as I will instruct. Wow. That is the new strategy. Let us appreciate it in a big way. So let us hold the document facing forward so that we get that wonderful photo. And the second photo, I want to invite all the members of the AATF Board of Trustees to join the rest in the podium. Please, let us join the rest in the podium as my colleague answers a document containing the new strategy. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let us appreciate in a big way. Wonderful. And then we'd like all of us now to join this team here for a group photo with the new strategy. So please, our invited guests, please kindly let us join the team in the podium for a photo with copies of the new strategy. Please, with all due respect, kindly join the members in the podium. This will take just 1 or 2 minutes so that we come to the climax of this event. And we are really honored by your presence here. Now we'll have to make 2 lines. The space is big enough. Yeah. Yeah, we can bring some chairs so that some of us can sit here. All of us. Please join us. This is a very special moment. This is a special moment that we are witnessing today. All right, cameraman, if you are done, say, okay, thank you very much. This is really a wonderful occasion and we appreciate all of you for being here. Wonderful. Please, our guests, don't leave. Let us. Wonderful. I think that was great. The AATF new strategy is now officially launched. And now for us, the work just begins. So ladies and gentlemen, we want to appreciate you and we have dinner for us. So please don't go. We continue interacting. You saw the good presentation made by Canisius Kanajire. Let us interrogate some of those points he presented and let us get to know how to work better together. Thank you very much. God bless you, all of you. God bless AATF. God bless Ethiopia. We really appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, sometimes we finish many times. So as we finish, I'm reminded that this cannot just go without us biting a cake. And therefore, I'd like to invite on stage once more the chair of the AATF board. And now I want to invite also somebody who has really been very instrumental in the board. Professor Dr. Maggie Green, please join us for the cake casting session. It's an honor to have you here. And I'm looking at this table, and I'm also seeing the representative of the ambassador of Kenya to Ethiopia, Madam Oridi, please join us here. All right. So let us all be standing as witness this auspicious occasion. Please, Edie. All right. Now this cake is a symbol of a new beginning, and I want to invite the AATF board chair, assisted by fellow board members, our executive director, and also the representative of the Kenyan ambassador to Ethiopia to proceed and cut the cake. Please proceed, sir. All right. Let us clap in appreciation. And if we have some African women, can you relate? And there we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Jambo bwana Amerikani usuri sana Afrika yetu hakuna matata. Jambo bwana Amerikani usuri sana wageni wakaribishwa Kenya yetu hakuna matata. Kenya yetu nzuri hakuna matata. Chia mambo chafu hakuna matata. Pia mapendeka hakuna matata. Afrika yetu hakuna matata. Hakuna matata. Jambo bwana Amerikani nzuri sana wageni wakaribishwa Afrika yetu hakuna matata. Jambo bwana Amerikani nzuri sana wakaribishwa Kenya yetu hakuna matata. Mina, yeah, waka. Mina, sangaloha. Good to see the Africa. Mina, waka. Mina, sangaloha.
This time for Africa.
Mina, yeah, waka. Mina, sangaloha. This time for Kenya. Yeah, waka. Samina mina sangalo, sisi Ethiopia, samina mina, waka waka. Samina mina sangalo,
This time for Africa.
samina mina, yeah yeah, waka waka. Mina sangalo, this time for Kenya, samina mina, yeah yeah, waka waka. Samina mina sangalo, this time for Rwanda. Samina mina, yeah yeah, waka waka. Samina mina sangalo.
Now let us go to dinner in the spirit of the African hospitality. Thank you very much.